What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am answering a load of your questions. Yes, those questions that you drop in the comments below the videos. I'm going back through the last 3 or 4 videos and I'm answering a load of your questions. And I gotta say, there's some corkers because, well, you want to know everything, didn't you? Why not? I do, I'm the same. So let's jump straight in, shall we? Now the first question, which has been in the news because there's a few places like recently that popped up like this. What's your honest take on government and councils cracking down on motorhome parking? Now it was recently in the news, I think it was probably a couple of weeks ago, that Scarborough are banning parking in their prominent areas, so like on the seafront and various other places around, because it's becoming a problem and this, that and the other. And I think I just saw the other day that there's some renovation work going on in a car park or a waterfall in Scotland, and then it's not going to be open to anything over like 5 meters long, like motorhomes and big camper vans. I understand from both sides. Like if you're a resident and you're on a beauty spot and there's a reason people go there, and there's a reason that you're there if you've bought the house. So I don't think the person that lives there is watching my video, because you know they're probably not. But if that is you, then the reason you're there is because it's beautiful, and the reason the person's there in their motorhome is because it's beautiful, right? We understand that. I get the point when people stay there for more than a day or two, and which I don't condone staying for more than a day. I've said this over and over and over and over again, that people shouldn't be doing that. They should only stay for a day and then, you know, move on to somewhere else. If a place is busy, don't make it more busy and make a nuisance of yourself parking stupid places and you know, all that kind of stuff, because it just doesn't help us, and ultimately it does what is happening right now and gets places, you know, banned and blocked off and double yellow lined and things like that, and restrictions. I understand that residents get annoyed when people are just there for, you know, days on end, even weeks on end, which, you know, I would be, you know, everyone would be. It's not right. That's not right. And it's selfish. It is selfish on those people that are doing it. Now those people that are doing it, I don't consider them properly part of the community, because they're ruining their own community. That might be a bit harsh for me to say, but it's true. You can't be part of the community and then harming it at the same time, and say you want to be part of a community but you harm a community. It doesn't make sense. When it comes to the councils and local governments and this and that blocking things off and stopping things, I think they're missing a trick, because there's 2 massive, just in the Scarborough situation, there's 2 massive park and rides. But you can't go there. They've got height barriers, or they've got, you know, restrictions. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, like behind me, that's just a big piece of land. That's a field. But if you had that as a car park, why can't a motorhome go in it? It's huge. So are park and rides. What is the restriction? They're not. Park and rides are built in an area away from the main hub. They have local transport links in, so you can get there. And I think they're missing a trick. I do. I think they're missing a trick. They can pay for it. They can charge for it, and we can pay, you know, a couple of quid to stay there, even to stay overnight, because it encourages the tourism and people to be there. I understand that they're probably trying to encourage people to go to campsites, but I do think there's a thing that, you know, people don't always need a campsite, or they're not in the perfect location for, you know, a place. You know, I love campsites. I'm on one right now. I love them. But I just see an opportunity that is being wasted for them to take advantage of the park and ride areas. Why wouldn't they use them? Because then they could say, yep, you can't park there, but you have somewhere here, and then you can commute in. Yes, you don't get that, you know, picturesque sea view that everyone seems to want, and they, you know, go to great lengths to get that. I think local governments and councils are missing a massive trick, and they could really improve their takings for their local businesses by allowing and encouraging motorhomes and camper vans into their local areas. That was quite an answer, weren't it? But hey, I mean, I just think, you know, we can all do better for our community. We can not hang around. We can clean up after other people, because they obviously can't. They're just morons. So we can help, you know, things like that, and help out our image. But I just think it should be give and take across the board. You know, it should be a thing to find a solution to, and improve for all people on all sides. There doesn't have to be we're just going to ban it. You know, it's like there's problems with everything. That doesn't mean you ban it. You know, people get run over. It doesn't mean we ban cars. People die from smoking. Doesn't mean we ban smoking. You know, it's still allowed. It's just there's just rules to manage this stuff, and we can manage things quite easily and quite simply, but they just make it difficult for themselves. But hey, I'm on my soapbox now. Let me get on to the next question. Why don't you vlog your Thailand and Asia adventures on the channel? Well, I did think about doing this a long time ago, and I mean, I video quite a lot of stuff, to be fair. I video my life pretty much all the time, and I could video that, but if I'm on a campsite one day in the Lake District and then the next day I'm now in, you know, I'm in Bangkok eating a bowl of rice and noodles, it's very different. Are these people that are watching on the channel for this going to be wanting to do this and see this? It's very potato, isn't it? It's I don't know. It's quite, you know, the channel is called The Urban Motorhome, and it is based around van life and motorhome and travel. In the motorhome, oh, it's starting to rain. What's going on? So the reason I've done that is, yeah, I don't think it would be well received, and ultimately I don't then have to record every part of my life. I get a little bit of downtime to not record. I do record clips on my phone, this, that and the other, but ultimately, yeah, I want a little break, and I just don't think it would work on the channel overall. I know there's a handful of you that would like to see it, and maybe one day I'll just, you know, I might make another channel and start filming it, but for now, I just film little bits here and there. It looks nice and sunny, but it's actually starting to rain. Right, next one. Why don't you have a pet? A dog would be a great pal and a great friend on the road. Yes, a dog would. A dog would be amazing with me on the road. I would love to have a dog on the road, but my life is too all over the place, and ultimately I don't want the responsibility. I don't want kids, I don't want a dog, I don't want any responsibility. I'm responsible for myself, and that's enough. I like to be able to go out to Asia for a couple of months if I can. I like to be able to just jump on a plane and go with my friends. If they say, oh, we're going to go to Prague next week, or we're going to go to Turkey or something like that, I want to be able to just do that. And having a dog, although it's fantastic and yeah, lifelong friend, undoubtedly it does restrict what you do and where you go and how you then travel, and then you've got to make so many plans, and it's not fair on a dog ultimately. You know, I wouldn't want, you know, to have a best friend and then be like, hey dude, you're staying here, I'm off for 2 months. That's just not fair, is it? Because the dog will be thinking, well, what about me? Well, what's going on? Why am I not going? You know, if we've been living it up on the road eating chicken wings and cheese and having a right old time, and then I'm like, right mate, I'm out, I'm going off for some noodle soup, you're going to go stay with my friend or something, or wherever. It's just not fair, is it? So no, I would love maybe at some point, but at the moment, no. I can't commit. I can't commit to it. Next one is like 2 questions, but it all kind of falls into one. So it's, how do you register your motorhome with DVLA and get a permanent address when living full time? And then how do you handle post, bank accounts, driving licenses without a fixed address? Okay, so I didn't have to register my motorhome. It's just already with the DVLA. I've got the logbook and everything like that. I use my family's address. And that's the same answer for everything else. Most of my post now is, you know, I've been on the road 9 years now, so most of my post is all digital. Anything that does arrive, it will go to my families, and then they just send a picture of it. They send me a WhatsApp picture straight away. They open my mail like it's their own. And if any of you are using a friend or a family's address for your post, I recommend that you get them to open your mail as they open their own, because if you had a fine come through for a parking ticket or a speeding fine or something like that, you don't want it left on the kitchen side for 6-7 weeks until you come back and pick up your post, because then it'll accrue lots of more fines, and you don't want that. You know, that's fuel money, chicken wing money, and ultimately exploring money, right? So yeah, make sure they open their post. But mine is just at a family's address, so that's how I use mine, and then that covers me for pretty much everything I do. Now the next question is, how do you manage practical van life logistics? And they've got examples of medication, water, toilet emptying, and daily maintenance routines. Medication, I have been a type 2 diabetic. I'm out of the range now. I've got updates of that coming soon, but I am out of the diabetic range, so I am in the normal. How good is that? I'm normal. So I should hopefully be coming off my medication soon. But at the moment I get regular medication, which again is just at my local doctors, which I've registered at my family's address when I've been there all the time since before van life, so I just didn't change it, and I just, you know, go back there when I need to and get my medication on the road through is it Pharmacy to Go now? Just an online thing. You register it with the NHS and then they can send it to a local pharmacy or an address on the road. When it comes to water, waste, toilet emptying, refilling and all things like that, laundry, then that's when somewhere like this comes in, is campsites. Campsites make things so much easier. And I don't know, there's some people in van life and living full time that try and think that and have the perception that you can't use campsites, or, you know, if you're not doing it all for free, then you're not doing this properly, and it's not, you know, the genuine article. I don't know what that means or why that's the case, because why wouldn't you do something that makes life easy and easier? And I've done a video about this, about going to a campsite once every 10 days will make van life a doddle. It really will. If you can survive 10 days with your power, your supplies, your water, your waste, then you can go to a campsite every 10 days and it makes life so much easier. Now, I know the price of campsites are going up, so you might have to try and, you know, depending on your budget, try and stretch that. But yeah, I use campsites every 10 to 14 days maybe. I do know how to stretch my resources, so if I'm like, oh, I'm going to be on a stretch where I'm not going to be able to do anything, then I can make my resources stretch. But yeah, on the whole, I just use campsites every 10 to 14 days, do everything I need here, and it gives me a chance to stop as well, because travel fatigue is quite a big thing. It really is, you know. Constantly traveling and making decisions on parking is quite a thing. So yeah, it is quite nice to every now and again just stop still, be able to sort everything out, and then, you know, just relax for a couple of days. So why not? Next question, and I get this one a lot: do you only drink Pepsi Max? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I love a Pepsi Max and I do drink a lot of them. I am trying to be better and I'm trying to cut down the fizzies, and that's where Holy comes in. Now, I've been drinking Holy for a long time. I tested it for ages before recommending it to you guys, and I love it. It's got none of the nasties, no junk, no BS. The actual tagline is no bullshit. It's got virtually no calories, it's no sugar, so it's perfect for diabetes, and it's just, like I say, none of the nasties. Now, you've got various different ones. You've got the hydration, you've got the iced teas, you've got the energy, and you've got the milkshake, and they are fantastic. The flavors, now I mainly stick to the hydration ones. Can't be a pineapple or a peach. They are banging flavors. But if I do want a little pick me up during the day, then I will have a cheeky energy drink. A fruity frog or a raspberry raptor, I'll bang it. I mean, them names are quality, aren't they? Now, these are easy to travel with you. You can have them on a plane, train, bag, wherever you want. You can just pop one in your bag, and then you just add it to a bottle of water and you are good to go. Give it a shake. Now, if you haven't tried Holy, I definitely recommend you try the deluxe starter set. It comes with 57 servings and 26 different flavors, which is banging. You get to try a load of them, see what your favorite is, and then go from there. But it's banging value for money. Scan the QR code up here, click the description, and make sure you use the on-screen discount codes right now to save a little bit of money. Next question. It's quite a big one, to be fair, and it's quite an open-ended one. So how do you find somewhere to stay each night? What's your process? And like, where are you going? So where I'm going, it's quite random, to be fair. I mean, I've got a calendar, and I've got now dates in the calendar when I'm heading to shows. So I've got shows all around the country and places I want to be. And then I do have periods of time when I'm not doing anything. So then I'll make a plan in that window. But when I've got like show 1 week here, then in 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time I've got another show, then and another one, then I just start heading that direction. Now, once I know a direction I'm heading, I then just have a little look on the various apps. Now, you guys know I love Park for Night, so I jump on Park for Night, have a little look in the area that I'm going to be heading to. Like, if I want to travel an hour, or if I want to travel half an hour, or wherever, it depends how much I want to travel. Or, you know, I also look for things in the area that interest me. I might look for incredible places to eat. I might look for grand architecture, like a cathedral or something. I might look for like something like a crystal shop or something. So I'll look at all those kind of things that I'm interested in. Fishing lakes, anywhere that's got a decent river or something like that. I look at all those, and then I see if there's anything around them areas, or if there's anything that I want to do in that area. related to them, and then start looking down. So then I'll jump on Park for Night. I'll jump on search for sites, have a look at both of them, see if I can find any wild camping, and then I jump into Google Maps and just start zooming in. I'm happy to stay in supermarket car parks, industrial estates, random ends of houses. I'm happy to travel anywhere, to be fair. If it's somewhere I want to go, then I'll figure something out, I'll make something work. Now, I have got so many videos on the channel of me driving around and showing you how to find a wild camping park up, and then I stay there for the night and show you how it goes. So if you want to watch any of those, then I will leave a link in the description, and you can go through those, because it literally just follows me around in an area I've not been to and goes through my thought process of why I would stay here or why I wouldn't stay there, and then you can see what I'm thinking in the time. Next question, and I've got a few people ask this, and it's like, you want to know everything, don't you? You really do. And it's fair. Okay, I put my life out there for it to be seen and show my life, so I must accept the questions, I suppose, and I'm happy to answer them. Do you declare and pay tax on your YouTube earnings and national insurance? Yes, I do. I have an accountant, and everything goes through the books, and my accountant deals with everything, and then I get a nice or a not nice number at the end, which I then have to pay, and pay my tax and national insurance. So yes, I do that, because some people were asking about that. Next one was, what is your main income source? Is it just YouTube or something else? I get income from various sources. Now I'm a freelance content creator, I suppose. So I've got my book, I did a calendar, I do my merch, I do YouTube, I do work with sponsors, so I've got all those different incomes, so they all come in. But yeah, online is my predominant income. I was a lorry driver. The next question goes on, do I miss lorry driving and the regular paycheck? A regular paycheck was good, and it was nice because you knew it was coming every month and this and that, but no, I don't miss it. I like driving the lorry and that, and I like driving up and down the motorway on long drives and listening to my audiobook and all that, but I do that in the motorhome now anyway. It's not something I'd be like, oh no, I've got to go back to do some lorry driving. I hate it, it's the worst in the world. It's not that. So if I wanted to do a big trip and I needed a big lump sum of money or something like that, I'd happily go and do that. In all honesty, I might probably do like 3.5 ton work now, like van work or something, because there's so many rules and regs and things, and it's like the money isn't really majorly different. The money was only really that good on the lorries because you could do like 60-70 hours in a week, so you could almost do 2 weeks work in 1 week. So it's not greatly paid. It's okay, don't get me wrong, but if I was only doing 3 weeks work, 4 weeks work, then it would probably be just easier to just go jump in a van or something. But I don't know. But my only work is online and my books and things. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. Next question, is van life carefree and really that easy? Well, I've seen a few videos come out lately. I saw one from Josie. She has got the self-build truck that she built, which is freaking whimsical and fairy tale, and it's fantastic. She built that and it's amazing. And she was saying that it can suck at times. And yeah, it can. You are constantly thinking about parking, you are thinking about water and solar and power and your waste and the local rules, park ups and this, that and the other. You are thinking about them things constantly, and that's where I said previously about the travel fatigue. It does get you a bit, where you're constantly making decisions, but I'm so long into it now, it's just second nature to me. It's not as carefree as Instagram may make it look, because obviously that's a highlight reel. It's the best parts. It's not, and then you get the opposite on YouTube when someone cuts their finger. It's like, I've just had the worst day of my van life ever because I've got a paper cut. It's, so you've got the opposite ends of scale here. It's in the middle. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and it's not all the time. It's just normal life on the road. There's a few more considerations you need to take into account, and you need to be a bit forward planning. You can't just think, I'm just going to cook, I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to cook 50 packs of sausages today, and then tomorrow it's as dark as anything and there's no solar, then you've got no power. So I don't know why I'd be cooking 50 packs of sausages and all that, but that is the example. You have to like look at the power, look at the weather, look, are you going to be driving in the next couple of days, to what you can use in your system and, you know, your resources. Do I need to be reserved on the water at the moment, because when am I going to fill up next? Where am I filling up next? You know, I'm heading this way, where am I parking up in the next few days? Now all that comes as second nature to me, like I said. So it isn't doom and gloom. It really isn't. It just takes a little bit more planning and a little bit more consideration. Now, as this video comes out this morning, right now I am at the Warner show in Stoneleigh. So if you are coming to the Stoneleigh show today, then make sure you come up and say hi. Love to have a chat, say hello, and I would love to know what shows you are going to this year. Please do drop it in the comments below. Are you coming to any of the Warner shows or any of the other shows? Now next weekend I should be at the pub in the woods, and then the weekend after is camp out. So are you going to any of those? I would definitely love to see you and come and say hi. If you've got any comments, questions, or anything about van life, me, my travel, my motorhome, or anything in between, then do drop them in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, bye.